childhood of Jesus, the Gospel of James, biographical Gospel of the Lord. Chapter 119, the wedding garments of the Lord's servants. The sons of Joseph now came into the room and said to him, "Father, the morning meal is plentifully prepared. If you wish, we will set the big dining table and then serve the meal." Joseph said, "Good, my children, do that. But put on your new clothes, for this morning we will observe the wedding meal of Cyrenius. You must also be at the table, therefore you must be dressed as befits a wedding. Go now and do what is right and proper." The sons then set the table and did as Joseph had ordered. At this the two youths went over to Joseph and asked, "Father Joseph, what do you say? See, the garment which we are wearing is only our work garment. Should we also put on a wedding garment?" Joseph answered, "You are angels of the Lord, and this your garment is the most beautiful wedding garment already. So why should you put on another?" The youths replied, "See, we do not wish to cause anyone annoyance, and what you have ordered your sons to do, we also want to do and want to be present at your table in our wedding garments. So let us go out, that we may change garments as do your sons." And Joseph said, "Then do what you feel compelled to do from the Lord. You are, after all, servants of the Lord at all times, so act accordingly." The two youths now left the room, and in a short time they returned with the sons of Joseph and all the other youths, in garments shining as brightly as the dawn in its most beautiful red glow. And their faces, feet, and hands shone like the sun when it rises. Cyrenius and his entire party took fright at this infinite glory and majesty. And Cyrenius protested to Joseph in anxious haste, "Truly, exalted friend, I have now seen the boundless glory of your house, but let me go outside, for this glory consumes me. Why, after all, did you have to order your sons to change clothes? Without them, the Lord's servants also would surely have remained in their former, to me so pleasing simplicity and lack of lustre." At this, Joseph got hold of himself, for he had also lost his breath at all the lustre, and ordered his sons to put on their work clothes again. This the sons did, and the youths also went, changed their garments, and then returned with the sons of Joseph in their former simplicity. At this Cyrenius felt greatly relieved, and was now able to take his place at the table with his wife and his companions. He occupied the upper part of the table with his company, and Joseph, Mary with the baby, Eudokia, the sons of Joseph, and the youths sat at the lower part of the table, and all ate and drank after Joseph's hymn of praise. But a few centurions, as well as the garrison commander, supposed that they now were bodily at the table of the gods in Olympus, and could not contain themselves for joy, for they knew nothing of Joseph's house and how it was constituted. Chapter 120, How the Easter holidays should be kept. After the completion of the delicious morning meal, which lasted for an hour, the hymn of praise was spoken by Joseph, and all arose from the table. Since it was the day before the Sabbath, or the Friday before the Easter Sabbath of the Jews, Joseph was a bit afraid and did not know how he was to observe these holidays here among all these Romans. For he knew that the Romans would on this occasion also visit him on the Easter Sabbath day, just like on any other day. Therefore, he was, as stated, afraid as to how he would be able to keep this exceptionally high Sabbath holy. As he was thus thinking, the youths gathered around about him and said, "Listen to us, you just but vainly concerned man. You know that at about this time the angels of God also arrived in Jerusalem as archangels, cherubim, and seraphim. And the Holy of Holies was constantly inhabited by them, as you know, and as your wife knows. Since you know that we wait only upon the Lord, and not the temple in Jerusalem, so also are we not in the temple. When the Lord dwelt in the temple at Jerusalem, then we were also in the temple. But now he dwells here, and we are also here to celebrate Easter with you, and not one of us is in the temple, which is now altogether forsaken. Now how will you celebrate Easter better than if you act like we do? See, we shall do the same tomorrow as we have done today, and shall continue doing so, and that will be the right thing. You do the same, and you will observe the Sabbath and the Easter holidays correctly, with us in the fullest presence of the Lord of the Sabbath and all holidays. Ask the most sublime baby, and he will tell you the same and make this known to you with the greatest certainty." And Joseph asked, "Everything you say is good and true, but what about the law of Moses? Does this cease?" The youths retorted, "Just man, you are mistaken. Say, did Moses ever decree the Easter holidays to be held at Jerusalem? Did he not decree the holiday to be held only there where the Lord is with the Ark of the Covenant? See, now the Lord is no more with the Ark of the Covenant, but he is with you and with your house bodily. Now say, just where, according to Moses, should the Easter holidays rightfully be kept?" Here Joseph agreed. "If that is the way it is, then of course the holidays must be observed here. But what shall we do with the many pagans here?" And the youths answered, "O just son of David, do not concern yourself with that, but do what we do, and everything will be all right." Here the baby wanted Joseph's attention, on which occasion the youths fell on their faces, and said, "Joseph, as today, so tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. But do not be concerned because of the uncircumcised, for these are now better than the circumcised. See, the circumcision of the foreskin is of no importance, but the circumcision of the heart is of the greatest importance. Now these Romans have a noble heart, so I am now keeping the Easter holidays with them, and not with the Jews." These words again composed Joseph, and he was filled with joy, and turned all concern for the Easter holidays over to the youths. Chapter 121. An Easter Invitation from Cyrenius. After the celebration of Easter had been thus decided upon, and Joseph had been put at his ease, Cyrenius went over to Joseph and said, "Exalted friend and brother, see, today I was your guest, and shall remain so until this evening. But tomorrow I shall prepare a little celebration in my fortress, and want to invite your whole house as it is gathered here. And I hope that you will not refuse me this act of friendship. For I do not invite you to pay you back, but I do it out of the great love and respect in which I hold your whole house. See, for that reason, I have set my departure for the day after tomorrow, and cannot remain here as long as I had originally intended, for pressing matters of state have forced me to revise my plan. But for just that reason, I would for once like to have the good fortune of showing you my hospitality and that surely in a manner worthy of you." At this, Joseph was taken aback and did not know what to do, for he had the holy Easter Sabbath before him, which he at least wanted to observe in his house. He therefore said to Cyrenius, "Most worthy friend and brother in the Lord, see, tomorrow is the most important holiday with us Jews, which every Jew must celebrate, at least within the entrance hall of his house, if indeed he is unable to travel to the temple in Jerusalem. I would have to remonstrate most bitterly with myself if I were to violate this foremost of our laws. So I can really promise you nothing in this respect. But if you want to come to me and celebrate your approaching banquet in my house, which actually belongs to you, I would be greatly pleased with that." And Cyrenius asked, "But brother, are you then less believing than I, a pagan from birth according to your words? What is your child? Is he not the Lord, from whom all your laws are from the beginning? Are the youths not his servants from time immemorial? Does he not have the right to determine the laws, who so almightily rests on the arms of the young mother? What if he should grant my request? Would you still hold your holiday to be higher than his divine word?" Here the baby sat up and stated, "Yes, Cyrenius, you have spoken correctly, but just keep everything to yourself. Tomorrow we will all be your guests, and where I am, there also is the true Easter, for I am the deliverer of the children of Israel out of Egypt." When Joseph heard this, he forgot his Easter and accepted the invitation of Cyrenius.